Welcome back and thanks for staying with us. Tonight, I am joined by the Kano State Commissioner for Environment and Climate Change, Garo, for discussion on Kano governance and Governor Yusuf's methods and achievements. Thank you so much for joining us, Honorable Commissioner.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
All right. The administration of Governor Yusuf is 4 months old, and just like I love to start these kinds of conversations, how will you describe the journey so far?
Well, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful, we could say so far so good. My governor, His Excellency Bakabir Yusuf, on top of his priority is to safeguard the life and properties of the people of Kano State. And so far, he has been able to achieve a lot in that direction. One of those things he has been able to do to be able to achieve the #1 priority is fighting, for example, pond snatching in Kano. Pond snatching has been a very big disaster then in Kano, where even people lost their lives. But today, that one is history in Kano. Another thing that he has been able to achieve in that direction is the support he has given the security agencies, especially during the verdict of the tribunal, when he supported them to put a curfew in Kano. If not because of that curfew, only God knows what would have happened in Kano in terms of crisis. On other issues, when you look at, for example, my ministry, which is a ministry for environment and climate change, before now it was just called Ministry for Environment, but because of the concern of my governor, he changed the name to Ministry for Environment and Climate Change so that we can be able to key into the issue of climate change mitigation, which is a global thing at the moment. And in that direction, we have been able to achieve a lot also in my ministry in terms of climate change and environmental activities. Few of those things is the revival of our agency, which is called REMASAV, which is saddled with the responsibility of refuse management and evacuation in Kano State. Before we took over, that agency has been neglected. In fact, it was nowhere to be found at that time. We just inherited like 5 equipment in terms of TFAs, bulldozers, and stuff like that. But today we have been able to revive that agency, and His Excellency has been able to support us in terms of purchase of equipment. We have in our fleet now at least 25 equipment in terms of that program. And we are working very hard to make sure that we are keeping Kano clean in terms of clearance of that refuse. Tree planting in Kano, which has to do with climate, has been neglected too. But this year, we have been able to plant more than 1 million trees in Kano.
Well, before we get to that, can you hear me? Before we get to that, the governor started on a shaky and combative note. But how has this administration been able to stabilize things?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
The governor started on a shaky and combative note. I mean, I remember that in his first 30 days in office, we saw him dominating the news media across the country with some of his decisions and actions, which some described as controversial. So how has this administration been able to stabilize things?
Well, you see, I think maybe you are talking about the restoration of the master plan of Kano State. That too has a lot to do with environment. And so far the people have understood us very well, and there is a lot of understanding and stability in terms of acceptance of his mode of governance. So we could say that people are beginning to understand we are just working in terms of restoration of, master plan of Kano, so that we could have a better development. And that, it's going on everywhere in the world. Even here in Abuja, for example, there is that issue of restoration of master plan. The current FCT minister is doing it. The former minister, for example, former governor of Kaduna State has done it. And all those things are being done to make sure that there is sanity in our cities. And of course, development for me is about expansion. When you want to develop a city, you have to find a way to expand it, not to be putting, infrastructures where they are not supposed to be. So people really understand us, and there is a lot of stability and a lot of activities in terms of development of Kano is going on now as we are talking.
All right, but yes, this is the master plan. But many people say the demolition is taking a toll on businesses in the states, especially construction. How will you react to that?
Well, you see, for example, when you want to talk about that restoration of master plan, I don't want to call it demolition, really. When you come and put something where it is supposed to be, you are distorting the master plan. And distortion of master plan, that master plan has been, developed by professionals. And those professionals has taken into consideration so many things that has to do with the welfare of the people. So when you have some kind of personal interest and you went and put a structure where it is not supposed to be, there has to be somebody who has the interest of the people, and that person will come and say that, no, we have to put things right. And this is exactly what we are doing. And of course, when you do that, of course, people are putting some of their resources to put those infrastructure. And one good thing is that when we were doing the campaign activities, everybody in Kano knows that our own, movement, the Konkosia, we always say that we will make sure that we put things right, and we are going to restore the master plan for the benefit of the people. When we want to do expansion, development of cities, we do expansion. During the last administration of Engineer Rabi Konkoso, he developed 3 cities in Kano. And I assure you this administration is going to make sure that those cities are working very well, and we are likely to even do more cities. And so this is just about restoration of master plan, and this is what we are doing.
All right. So apart from people who have said this demolition is taking a toll on businesses, there are others who have said the spate of demolition has affected the popularity of the governor. What is the perception of the people of the state about him now?
No, you see, that notion is not true, really. And there is no reduction in the popularity of His Excellency. If I can take you back, that activity has taken place before, the Eid al-Kabir in Kano. And during the Salah celebration, His Excellency, the Executive Governor of Kano State, has gone around the city, and everybody is happy seeing him, and people are even encouraging him. When you invest your resources wrongly, you are bound to make some losses. Let me give you an example of Eid praying ground. That place has been earmarked for prayers for Eid, which happens twice in a year in Kano. And it's not only in Kano. Every Muslim society you go, you will find Eid ground. And people are not putting structures in Eid ground. In fact, it's supposed to be a place where people will be proud to have. And that place has been there for a very long time. And so when you come and put those kind of structure, and the worst part of it is that all those structures, they are being done without consideration of, the traffic in Kano, the influx of more people into Kano State. So parking area, parking space is even, nowhere to be found in those kind of places. So I assure you that program has not affected the popularity of my governor in any way. In fact, people were even happy with him because that is part of the manifesto, that is part of what he has promised the people, and that is what he has done for the people.
All right. So Kano State is the commercial capital of northern Nigeria. How is it faring in terms of finding revenue to fund projects?
Well, I didn't get the question very well.
Let me repeat myself. Kano State is considered as the commercial capital of northern Nigeria. So I'm asking, how is it faring in terms of finding revenue to fund projects?
Well, as we are, I am not the, specialist on revenue, but I know that the revenue of Kano is not all that much. However, we are working very hard, even in my ministry, Ministry for Environment and Climate Change. There are so many activities and programs that we are going to put in place, which is going to generate some more resources for the benefit of the people. The, Commissioner for Finance, the Ministry for Finance, the Accountant General, and people like that, I know they are working very hard to see how we can be able to increase the revenue of Kano State. And I assure you, with what we are going to put in place, people will be ready because they have, confidence in the government of Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, and so they will be willing to pay all the taxes. So I want to assure you that, the revenue of Kano State is going to increase very soon.
All right. The governor inaugurated a standing committee with Professor Ibrahim Magaji as the chairman to increase the IGR in Kano State. What's the motive?
Magaji?
Did you get my question? The governor, can you hear me?
Yeah, not very well, but...
All right, so let me repeat myself. The governor inaugurated a standing committee with Professor Ibrahim Magaji as the chairman to increase the IGR in Kano State. So I'm asking, what's the motive?
The motive is to increase the IGR, just like I have mentioned. They are, like I said, they are on the drawing board, working very hard to make sure that, we find all ways to see how we can increase the revenue of Kano State. So that committee has been set off for them to look into all the loopholes where the revenues are been, going, so that they can block it and then harness all the revenues for the development of Kano State. And I believe that committee will do a wonderful job in the nearest future.
So how far has the government gone with the final reports of the State Task Force on IGR?
The state?
How far has the government gone with the final reports of the State Task Force on IGR?
Sorry, I didn't get the question. Which report are you talking about?
Mr. Nasiru, how far has the government gone with the final reports of the State Task Force on IGR?
Well, I think that is the question you asked me earlier, the State Task Force on IGR. And like I said, I'm not a professional in the financial, sector in Kano State. And but I believe that the people that are in that committee are competent enough to be able to do what they have to do to increase the IGR of Kano State.
All right, so let's move on. The governor lost at the tribunal and has vowed to appeal, but some political bigwigs have advised him not to. How confident are you that he will win at the appeal?
Well, you see, I'm not a lawyer again, but I know that so many professionals in the judiciary who are very vast with the knowledge of what is going on there, they have done their analysis and they have assured everybody that there are so many loopholes in that verdict. And of course, we are likely to, we have a lot of confidence that we are going to win at the appeal. And you know, the judiciary is one arm of the government that we still have a lot of confidence on. And most of these judgments that are gotten at the tribunal level or lower courts, when they come off to the higher courts, most of the time they are being corrected. So we have confidence on the judiciary that they will look at this case properly and they will do justice to it, and they will make sure that what the people of Kano has voted, which is NNPP, they voted for Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, that election is going to stand. And the verdict that they have given at the lower tribunal is not going to stand as far as what the professionals in the law has been talking about all over the country. We have listened to so many of them, and so many of them are still talking about this judgment of Kano State, and so we have confidence that the right thing will be done at the appeal court.
All right. So another thing I would like you to react to is that some analysts said the loss at the tribunal jolted the governor into taking more action. Why this?
Well, I don't know the action you are talking about, but of course the governor is the governor of Kano State, and he has so many activities lined up for the development of Kano. So he is not really deterred by what has happened at the tribunal. That is why the governor is still working tirelessly to make sure that he delivered the dividend of democracy for the good people of Kano State. So governor is working very well, and he's working very hard for the benefit of people of Kano State. When you look at what he has been able to achieve, or at this time, this little time, in terms of education, which is one of the, cardinal of Concosia, he has been able to do a lot. As soon as we took over, governor paid NECO and other examinations, which they even stopped doing exams for the candidates in Kano State. But as soon as we took over, governor went and sat down with them and agreed with them, pay them what they were owing Kano State, and then they came back and continued with their exams for the people, and people are happy about that. And you can see that as I'm talking to you, more than 1,000 people has been screened, and they are ready to go for, scholarship program all over the world, which has always been, one of the principles of Concosia. And when you look at the institutions, that were closed down, about 24 of them. Governor also went ahead to reestablish all those institutions, and they are already taking admission for people to go there and learn, different trades for their benefit. The governor also in the area of education has been able to slash tuition fee for all state institutions in Kano by 50%. The governor also paid about ₦1 billion for tuition to Kano State students. So we are doing a lot. The governor is doing a lot every day.
Mr. Nasir, we'll come back to education and some of the achievements of the governor. We will do that later on. But because you're still talking about some of the actions, we heard that part of the decisions after the tribunal judgment was mobilizing of contractors handling the abandoned 5-kilometer roads in 44 local government areas to site. How far has the administration gone with this?
Well, that is part of the development. You are just reminding me also. It's not because of the verdict. Those projects have been all in the pipeline, and it has been a project that was going on but abandoned. And the governor feels that all those projects are projects that have direct benefit for the people. So it's not about after the verdict that those programs were kick-started. No, it has been there, and we are doing it, and he will even do more. There are too many other roads that were abandoned. Not only the 5-kilometer road. There is an important road in Kano State, a road that start from BUK all side to Durum, to Kabo, to Karahe, for example. That road has been in the pipeline for a very long time, and it was awarded for contract, but that project has been abandoned. It is now being, the contractors have been mobilized, and there is another very important project which is called Wuju project. That one also has to do with even my ministry of environment. That is a major road which is cutting across the city of Kano. You know, it started from Gorondusa all the way into the city, you know, to Hadeja Road. And that project was started long ago by the administration of Rabi Konkoso. And now people, the contractors are back to site and they are working. So it's not because of the, you know, judgment that, you know, the governor started this work. The work has already been going on. The judgment just came and met the projects going on. And we are going to continue to do those projects. Nothing is going to deter the governor. The governor is have a lot of confidence that the appeal court will do justice to what has to do with the verdict.
All right. So Governor Yusuf also announced fresh appointments of 94 aides after appointing about 116 additional aides comprising 63 senior special assistants, 41 special assistants, and 12 personal assistants. Why there's multiple appointments in these tough times?
Well, you see, when a new government comes in, there are a lot of, appointments that are supposed to come on with the government. And all those appointments are relevant appointments. And the people are expected to go and assist the governor, assist the government, so that we can be able to achieve all what we are, we have promised the people. The government of Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf is a very determined, and government that is ready to do, what it has promised the people. That is why he needed all the assistance of the people, especially people that have the know-how, people that can be able to, understand what the governor wants to do. That is why he is appointing all those people. And most of them, are professionals. Most of them are even beneficiaries of Konkosia scholarship from different part of Kano State. So those appointments are the right appointments, and the governor has done the appointment so that we can be able to, do what is necessary for the people and do it as quickly as possible.
But some analysts have said that with the state's poor human development indices, this is the governor has invested in some culture of waste and fiscal recklessness, especially at a time when Nigerians are clamoring for government at all levels to cut the cost of doing governance.
Not about, recklessness or something like that. Like I said earlier, all these people are professionals. And as you are aware, this government of Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, as soon the very day he was inaugurated as governor, that was the time he started work. And from the place where he took his oath, he went straight to one of the water treatment plant in Kano. And that is to show you how serious the governor is and how ready he is to work for the people. And we have all these professionals, people who are ready to also contribute to the, to contribute towards achieving the goals of the governor. And they are professionals. That is why they are appointed into those positions. Most of those positions has been in existence. And the few new positions has to do with, new initiatives where we can be able to deliver the democratic dividends as quickly as possible. That is why those appointments have been made, and those people, I assure you, they are working very hard. They are working round the clock to make sure that His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf, achieve all what he has promised for the people as quickly as possible.
All right, let's take a quick break.